and you're an urban chic. Another beautiful Saturday. So I started off the show with Star Sign by Odunsu. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so.
This is Adele's playlist. So yeah. And we're gonna jump straight into the news. Cardi B is into politics. Yeah, she has been on her socials. She's been doing the rounds on the interviews, talking about get involved, get educated on your candidates and all that. And obviously, you know, the internet trolls, we just can't keep to ourselves. They've been trolling her, saying she's doing it for the money and that she's just a stripper and, you know, all these things. So she took to her socials, you guys. I love Cardi B, but she took to her socials and she did a video clip talking about how she's been doing this since before she had crooked teeth. And how, like, you guys are gonna be complaining because if you don't get educated and you don't go and vote, you're gonna be stuck with the same president, and then you'll be like, oh, we should have listened to the stripper. She's so funny. But what I like about her new thing with politics is she has changed up her costumes. So she's been doing the rounds, she's been doing interviews in like smart pants and button down shirts, and then like she was on Bernie Sanders and she was in a green dress. When I say the dress had a collar, it had sleeves and it was long. It was like so different, but I like the new look and I wish like she could keep it a little bit, you know, stretch it out a little bit. Okay, on to the next news item. Gucci, one of the world's leading luxury fashion brands with a renowned reputation for its creativity, has seen sales slow down. So if you have been living anywhere on this earth, you know that Gucci has been everywhere. Remember the white sneakers with the Gucci lines, and then there were the handbags. Guys, I have one of those with the bamboo handle. I have one of those, but there were so many fake ones in circulation. But since around 2016 to around 2018, Gucci was the #1 brand in the world. And now that sales are going down, it's just, you know what I mean? It's weird, like finally the Gucci craze is over. And also talking about sales, Puma has raised its sales in the second quarter of the year, giving it a growth faster than bigger rival sports brands such as Adidas and Nike. So the leap was helped by savvy social media campaigns that they've been doing and partnerships with top athletes, soccer clubs, and mega celebrities such as Selena Gomez. I like the chocolate.
Tell me what you want to do. I go do anything that you want to do.
Okay, I'm in with Adele Mackay. She's a plus size model and a body positive activist. Adele, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jane. Thank you for having me.
I want us to talk about plus size modeling in, well, I know you've done it in the UK, but how did you get started in Zambia?
Okay, so that's actually where it started. So when I was here during my placement 2017, that's when I started modeling here. Then went back to school, then came back here. But things here are obviously a bit slow, so I wouldn't say I'm completely doing it here, but yeah, I try here and there.
You're doing it. Tell me about your first gig. Your first... Okay, no, just your first gig. I was going to say
like in Zambia.
Gig.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. Like my first gig in Zambia. Okay, yeah. So my first gig in Zambia was actually unpaid, and I was just helping out a friend who had a photography company and a studio. So it was basically just, you know, I was just trying to help out, and the images were dope, and it kind of just took off from there.
Okay, so as a plus size girl, why modeling?
Okay, I just feel like for me the main thing is that there needs to be representation of fuller figured women on social media, in fashion brands and all of that stuff, because at the end of the day not everyone is size 6 and size 8. So I need to be seeing people on billboards, seeing people in ads that look like me, and I'm sure there's many other girls that feel like that.
I like that you said fuller figured, because that's my thing. Like somebody on the streets like, you, why you not?
I know, nah, boo. Exactly. I'm thick, like,
Okay, how have you found working in the industry? Have you done any runways? Have you worked with any big designers?
Okay, I haven't worked with any big designers, but I have done runway, I've done 2 competitions, and I've done just shoots here and there. So for me, mostly it's been about campaigns and things like that. So that's the stuff that I stick to.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy, because I feel like, I could model for this person or that person, but if I'm making an impact, that's kind of where my heart is. So that's the kind of stuff I stick to.
Okay. And has it been fulfilling? Has it been a fun time?
Yes, because it's quite amazing. I feel like when somebody just comes to my Instagram and they see me ranting about, this and that, representation and body positivity, I think you might just think like, okay, what is she going on about? But then there's so many people that DM me and say, thank you so much for what you're doing, because you have given me some kind of reassurance. Because there's certain things that are not said, but people are feeling neglected because there's no representation in the media. People are feeling neglected because they're treated some kind of way because of what size they are.
Okay, like I'm not trying to play the blame game, but who are we pointing the finger at for the lack of representation? Is it ourselves as a plus size women? Is it the casting agents who are not calling us to be in their campaigns? Is it the photographers? Like, who?
Okay, I feel like definitely not the photographers, because even the photographers, as much as they are the creatives and everything behind it, they are under instruction. They have a certain, script and things that they're supposed to do. It's mostly the casting agents, because I have been told to my face, why have you come to this audition? I think you're a bit too fat. It's been said to my face. And this is obviously London, and that's obviously the developed world. But in Zambia, it's even worse, because people kind of look at you and be like, okay, oh, you're modeling. Oh, it's you that's the model. Okay. And you can, exactly, you can just feel that kind of, seclusion. So it's crazy.
I've also actually experienced that before, except it wasn't like you're fat. Somebody just told me that I was too dark to translate well on camera.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, he was a casting director for something that I wanted to jump into for TV, and he was like, oh, you're too dark. And I was like, really? I'm caramel, honey.
Are we doing this? I know.
Have you experienced your darker skin?
Yes.
Your skin is beautiful, obviously, but have you experienced any like colorism? Do you feel like there is like a light skin privilege?
Oh, I can talk about this all day. We need like a 3-hour show for this. Okay, in the industry, well, now there's all this craze about brown skin girl, dark skin African woman, and because I have an afro as well, a lot of photographers and creatives kind of lean towards that, like, wow, can we see your hair? It's fine. But then I feel like this colorism thing is more just among us, in our homes, in the workplaces, even just in our social circles, because there's this favoritism or this preference for lighter skin. I've even seen it with some of my guy friends. Not all of them. None of you call me shouting, but some of my guy friends, they prefer lighter skin girls. And there's so many surveys and things that have been done, even just research that says that darker guys, black guys prefer lighter skin girls. I don't know why, and it's not. Yeah, it's strange. It's not all of them. Yeah, it's like what? It's strange. It's not everyone, but there is this preference. There was this one study that was done, and they just put everyone in a social setting, and the guys didn't know that they were being surveyed.
Yeah.
But when a light-skinned girl walked in, they're more likely to turn their head.
Yeah.
If a dark-skinned girl walked in, then it's just like, oh yeah, one glance, maybe that's it.
So the thing with colorism is, if genuinely that is the person that you prefer, and you're like genuinely attracted to them, or if it's in a workspace, their talent is amazing and everything, it's fine.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I just do not feel like it annoys me when you discriminate somebody who could be better at a job or translate better at carrying out a thingy, and then just because they're darker skin. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And like you said, it's true. It's within us. It's not even like the Bazungu doing this.
No,
it's not even like
us
the yellow people.
Yes.
It's in ourselves. They're like, oh, you're so beautiful for a dark skinned girl. If you lighten your skin just a little bit,
then you will be
better.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
it's just a no. And for me, like, I have my mother and my grandmother are lighter skin.
Oh,
they're mixed.
my God.
So every time anyone that hasn't met my mom, if they meet her, they're like, wow, Ade, oh my gosh, you should have looked like your mom, then you'd have been so pretty. You see? So exactly. So and the thing is, they say it, but even when they say it, they're not trying to to offend you. They're just, you see, so it's kind of inbuilt, it's in there, and that's how you know that there's a problem.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Tell me about self-love and body confidence. Why is this so important to you?
So so both of them, obviously they're related. So when I speak about body positivity, obviously I'm on the fuller side, so people think it's about, oh yeah, she's trying to promote people being big. It's not even about that. It's about you appreciating and loving the skin that you are in, because that's what it's about. Because I feel like in the media there's always a trend, big butts will be on trend, and slim waist to be on trend, fuller people will be on trend. So if you keep just bouncing around, around all of that, you will be stressed. You will lose, gain, diet, detox, everything. But if you just love and appreciate the skin that you are in, then it's great.
So just before we take a breather, I have one last question. This might go a little bit out of what we're talking about, but do you feel like there is a certain type of plus size body type that is acceptable? I get this thing, not like to us, but I get this thing like if somebody's big in a certain way, they're like, and then if somebody's big in a certain way,
I know what you're doing with the hand gestures. I get you.
Then they're like, oh, she's so pretty, she's so confident. Do you feel like there's also a little bit of discrimination depending on the type that you're...
So even I've experienced this in the industry as well, London particularly, because even with the plus size models, it's not somebody, and I'll give just like a description, somebody with a big waist. It's usually somebody that has that hourglass figure, but is still a size 14, a size 16, but you have to have that hourglass figure, the big bust, the big bum, that is what is like, okay, plus size, beautiful, but anyone else that is not maybe as proportional, it's like, oh, can we use you for this campaign? Maybe not. It's not like that everywhere, but that's what I've seen.
Okay, so we're gonna go breathe a little bit, and then we'll come back and talk about you and your personal branding and all that. Okay, back with Adele Mackay, plus size model, body positive activist, and I want to jump into something else now. Personal branding. I'm passionate about us having meaningful conversations around fashion because it's a big industry. The African fashion industry is pegged to be around $3 billion a year.
Wow.
We want a piece of that, but I feel like in Zambia, there are little things that we're missing. So tell me about personal branding. How did you build your personal brand as a model?
Okay, so for me, basically just started. I'm self-taught. I haven't done any courses. I haven't had any training or anything. It's just everything I've done on my own. So I just built it basically by sitting down with myself, having a conversation and saying, what do I want to put out there? What do I want people to see about me? And what positive message do I want to send? So for me, that's what kind of started everything, and then I started building around that. So that obviously tailored the kind of people I work with, the kind of images I take, the kind of shoots that I take part in. So that's kind of what's set the pace for everything.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is, yes, you are self-taught, but there's a taught element there. You're constantly learning.
Exactly.
Just because you build a brand now, or your personal brand now, it doesn't mean that it will work for you next year or the other year, like longevity, right? Okay, so I also want to talk about how you have said you choose who you're working with, how the image is coming out. Have you had to turn down any jobs? Have you had to turn down money because it doesn't fit with your brand?
Well, yes, because there's certain things that are just not within my brand, and this is something that people need to understand when you're building yourself, because people are going to come at you with so many opportunities, but you need to be able to sift and say, okay, this is me, this is not me, so that people can understand who you are as a person, and so that everything is nice, constant, and uniform. So there have been times where I just say, okay, this I can do. Like, for instance, I have been asked to do music videos, and I know when exactly. When I say music videos, it's just not like a nice girl sitting on the grass. It's like, but that kind of stuff I don't do. So obviously I politely just declined.
Okay, cool. And then, you can't talk about personal branding without talking about social media.
Yes.
And it's how powerful it is for us. You run a company called Yellow Ray Digital.
Yes.
And with that, you have an upcoming workshop. Tell us about that.
Okay, yes. So Yellow Ray Digital Marketing is obviously a fairly new company, but then we are trying to do big things, and we are trying to,
you are doing big things, by the way.
Oh, thank you, darling. But yeah, we're just trying to. Oh yeah, we are doing a lot of things that are just like trying to help and educate Zambians on how they can better themselves in that social media space. So this is companies, fashion brands, personal brands, blogs, we're working with an array of people. But yeah, so with the branding social media workshop that's coming up, it's going to just be a very nice event, very intimate, where we're just going to have almost one-on-one conversations with everyone and just try and teach people what we do, which is obviously on a larger scale, but what the processes that we do and how they can implement them in their own social media, in their own
And when is the workshop?
So the workshop is on the 31st of August, and it will be at Corner Cafe. It will be a brunch, so there will be food, there will be drink, and there will be lots of materials. We're not, my partner and I, Belia and Love, we are not stingy with knowledge. So we'll be giving you resources, we'll be giving you amazingness.
Okay. So where do we find you? If I'm looking for Adele Makai, I want some body confidence, inspiration, where am I finding you?
Okay, you are definitely finding me on social media because I'm not really around Lusaka like that. It's usually office home. But yeah, you can find me on social media, Adele_Makai. You can look for
what social media is this? Facebook?
Oh yeah, no. So no, I'll just give Instagram because that's basically all I have. Yeah, so that's Instagram, Adele_Makai. And then you can also look for our company Yellow Ray Digital Marketing on Instagram as well, and we are always ready to answer questions. Send a DM. We're friendly, we don't bite. Okay,
and that is it. Do you want to give last words? Yes.
Okay. I don't really have a choice. I feel like maybe just to conclude, I would just encourage everyone to kind of jump onto this body positivity thing. See what it's about. It's a pressing issue right now. There's a lot of youth that are dealing with. Just Google it, see what it's about, come to my page, see what I'm talking about.
And just to clarify, body confidence is not just about chubby girls.
No, everybody size, every height, every skin tone. It's about everyone.
Okay, that was Adele. Had such an interesting conversation. I want to keep talking about it. I've done like a long road trip with you, so I know.
Yeah.
But we're going to leave everybody with Melanin by Afrobeat. Until next week.
You are so